Yeah, well, I didn't see anything else to actually assign to the actual Wacom tablet. I mean, really, if you own an Intos 3, you've probably mapped that to death. And it's no difference between the 3 and the 4, other than the actual brush size is a lot nicer to change it. Oh, and the pressure sensitivity is a lot better. Besides those two, I don't think I would spend the time too much going into ZBrush, brushes, move, standard, flat, and layer. I would probably hit 1 through 6 on my keyboard. But that's just me. One of those shortcut key guys that believe in using his left hand, I guess, to do some shortcut keys on the keyboard rather than just the Wacom tablet itself. Now, other things. Whoa, where were we? Oh, this hand, for instance. Now, you might have got to the point where you've added a lot of detail to it, but what I wanted to show you while I had this up and running is a couple things. One, layers, how they work. Okay, layers work like this. Now, I have a lot of detail in this hand, and a lot of polygons, mind you. Lots of polygons. And what I want to do is make sure I'm at the highest subdivision level that I can get before I add a level in. So I might want to divide one more time just because it's really fast to get up there. And one more time maybe. Okay, I'm at 8. Now this is the layer I want to add the layer. Don't add it to the minimal layers or the minimal subdivision, because what'll happen is you won't be able to access it unless you're on that subdivision level. In other words, if I put a layer on 7 right now by hitting new, I would not be able to access that layer on 8 or 6 and below. Only 7. So you want to make sure that you are at your highest and then add your layer. Okay, layers are really nice because you can add a lot of detail and then be able to tone the detail down a little bit. And that's sort of important because you get that halfway in between look that way. Let's go into clay tubes, for instance. And let's turn the intensity down on these things. Okay, increase my brush size. Ooh. Okay, this is a very smooth hand. And I want to make some resolution on it. Not everything so smooth and so perfect kind of turns out that good, so I'm going to add some noise to it. And the way I make noise is using the clay tubes. And I'm just going to start going in kind of the area of the muscles with a brush. And undo that. And I'm just trying to get that happy medium. See how this is I'm barely seeing this on the surface of the skin. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just going in the direction of the hand. And I'm doing that to all muscle forms here. All forms. And yeah, this could take quite some time. I'm kind of crisscrossing, kind of like cross-hatching a little bit, just going in here and cross-hatching one way and kind of doing it a couple times the other way too. Staying away from the nail bed. You people on YouTube that are watching this are probably not even seeing anything happen because YouTube has the lowest quality videos, and I can imagine. Don't forget I'm on VO also. I know those out of country people. Think of China. Poor bastards. They got a firewall around everything now. You hear about that? That's insane. The way the world is going. And you can see just that right there. See the difference in resolution that has made? If I look at it, my eyes have something to more focus on more than just the plain old skin. And let me just tilt this up and then turn this layer off for a second. See? Boring. Noise. Okay, once you get done actually going in here and putting all this noise in the hand, play around with the intensity slider. And what you're going to find is you're going to be able to turn this down to the point where it almost looks like crisscrossing skin patterns. It's a very, very useful, nifty feature. Now, you'll want to do this after you add a little bit of detail. I'm probably rushing this a little bit and adding it now when I should wait and do some more wrinkles and stuff like that on the hand. But you'll want to definitely do this after the fact, after you've added all the details in, all the cracks. But don't do too many cracks and crevices, really, because by the time you get this layer of noise on there, it really will add a level of detail that you weren't expecting. And keep your nails flattened. Don't add any skin to that. This is one of those things that if you miss a spot later on, it will become very apparent. Okay, if you want to do up, maybe a little bit, then do some of this on the knuckle. Only in one direction. That really adds a level of detail. For this, you might want to pick up your brush. Another thing that you might want to do when you're doing this part is use an average using mouse. Using the lazy mouse feature on here, it will add a nuance to it that will look more. It won't have the little veins that run vertical with the brush. There we go. Not too bad for about 3 minutes of work. And now what I can do here is kind of look at my intensity, and maybe I want to knock that down to like 0.5. And it gives it that nice skin. Okay, so that's how you make some really crisscross skin patterns within your hand. All right, on to the next video.